Hello, welcome back to the Spark Web, and in this video we have 3 minis from the Vampire Hunter collection to paint, and these 3 minis are all the same. They are mist minis, representing when a vampire turns into mist to escape, kind of effety bob. So these are going to be incredibly hard to paint. Oh, I said that with a straight face. I'll never know. So, how are we going to do this? Well, null oil. A null oil wash. It's not going to be a normal null oil wash. It's going to be quite a watered down null oil wash, almost insofar as being a glaze rather than a wash. So before I put my whatchamacallit brush into the null oil tub, I'm going to make sure it is quite damp, because I don't want this building up too much in any of the areas of the mini. I want the brush isn't overly wet, but as I say, I don't want this to build up too much in parts of the mini where there's crevices. So I'm going to make sure that all that happens is it gets whatchamacallit, it gets soaked up again afterwards. And a bit more water. There we are. And that is near enough it for how we're going to do these. There's not all that great deal of a mini to paint here. I just want to try and get the crevices showing a little bit of shadow and depth. And I'm just going to move over to another one just to add colour in there, and I'm taking it off the first one. As I say, I don't want it pooling too much. I'm going to keep adding this colour until I'm happy that it's all covered up and it's not pooling too much, and then stop. What will happen is once it's dried, I'll have another look at this just to see how it is, and if need be I will come back and go over again with white highlighting around the very extreme high points of the mini. As you can see, it's quite a whatchamacallit, a ridged miniature. Hopefully it will only need this, but as I say, we'll have to wait until it has dried before I can actually make the decision. And even if I do make the decision, I can only actually do something about it once it's dried. So no, yeah, it's one of those things. This part is not the part that makes it finished. This part is the part that hopefully dries well enough that we can call it finished. But if not, there's going to be an extra little bit towards the end. But I'm not finishing the video until, as I said, all this has dried, because you know you got to see the finished products, don't you? So I'll just do one more, or rather the final one. I'm sure there's only 3 of these, that's all I can find, let's put it that way. We have another couple of minis that I can be doing as well while I'm waiting for these to dry, and they are bat swarms. We have 2 of those. And all that's going to happen with those is they're going to be painted black. And I'm going to go over this because I've applied this one a little bit heavier than I should have done. I'm going to apply a bit more water to this so that it doesn't cover too heavily. See, when you start doing something and you forget what you're doing, or you lose yourself in what you're doing, you know, you can always go back and make corrections, make alterations. I'm going to start wiping off on a piece of kitchen towel rather than anything else, because this is the, what you call it, this is the last part of this mini, or last mini that I'm doing like this for this video. And just go over that area and that area because it doesn't look as though it's been touched. Sometimes as you're applying it you miss certain places here and there. It's not a big deal, you just go over it again. Okay, so they are the 3 mist minis done. Just like so. And that's how they're looking so far. How they will look towards the end of this video, we'll find out right after this little transition. Right, we're back. And let's have a look at these now. So, they are looking quite grey, little greyer than we could achieve with paint, I think. It's that, I don't know, I can't really describe it, but it's not a stronger colour as you would get with paint, which is nice, just what we want. Okay, so Ulthuan Grey. And our trusty dry brush, and all we'll do, just move those to one side, is just touch here and there. And that will give us the detail that we're looking for in this. Now you may have noticed I'm not using a lot with paint on this one. I think I want it quite a, what do you call this, a greyish looking model. So I don't want to really brighten it up too much, but we do want to add just that little bit of white or very pale colour, just to break up the grey a little bit. Excuse me. There we go. So we'll just do that where we think it needs it, and then that will be it for this mini. There we are. Next up is that one, and we'll scratch my nose again because it again started doing something. Got an itchy nose. And you may have noticed I'm not going underneath the mini on this one. All of this shade. You can use white if you want. I'm using Lupin Grey because it's just a little bit off white. But you may have noticed that all of the movements with this, all of the application with this is directed downwards from the top, and we're not going underneath, and I'm being careful where it's applied as well. There we are. Hope you can see that. Finally, the last one. It's not hard to do these minis, I don't think. It can be as hard as you want it to be. But the way these are, I think ease, quickness and simplicity are the way to go. And again, if you want to do these as really high level minis, you can do. It's going to take some time, and to be honest, I don't think the minis warrant that kind of attention, to be honest. I do like them, but not in much the same way as I said in the first video that I did. I like them, but they're more comparable to Zombicide than Mythic Battles Pantheon, and Zombicide minis are adequate for the job. They're gaming pieces after all. They're not collector pieces, they're not display pieces. They're just there to depict the happenings of the game, and that's all these are for. Can't really see anybody making a big song and dance out of painting these, but if you do, I'd love to see them. And if you have this game and you find any of these videos useful and helpful when you start painting them, do what other people have done. Let me know, and I'd like to see them. I'd like to see what you do as well with these. So there we are. That is Mist. The three mists. As Phil Collins said, there's Mist. I missed again. I said I missed again. Sorry. So that's all that remains now for these is just to give the bases a going over with Rhinoxide. We saw that in the first video. Don't need to go over it again. You just painted a flat piece of plastic brown, or whatever colour you wish to paint yours. I'm painting mine in Rhinoxide. If if you want to paint yours black, green, purple, blue, whatever. It's up to you. But that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.